Okay, I think we got it. I think it's working now. OBS looks compliant. We're gonna have a good night tonight. It is Wednesday, my dudes. The real people know. How we doing, everyone? Welcome. This is Neuro. We're streaming almost every night, every other night, uploading videos almost every day. Catch me on Kick, catch me on YouTube, catch me on Twitch, catch me outside. How about that? Hope everyone's having fun today. It's hump day, everyone. Hump day. Guess what day it is? It's hump day. All right. After a little bit, that gets a little jarring over and over and over. This is listening to Vegeta's Super Saiyan theme extended. Hope everyone's having a good time. Like I was saying earlier, now is the time to start doing stuff, man. It's already 11:30, if you can see behind me, 11:38 to be exact. And I do want to play some games. Been messing around with OBS. OBS just had a update, and since that update yesterday, it's been crashing on me. I did change some settings too on how the bit rate's going on output. Adjusted some filters and volume on the microphone, if you can't tell. Hope that's coming a little bit more clear, just easier to hear. Again, I noticed a couple of my latest videos, they were coming out a little quiet, and I want to be able to speak kind of comfortably, move around my head, and not lose the audio. So again, always trying to make some updates and improvements. I've technically been streaming for only 7 months now, going into my 7th month now. We've started at the beginning of the year, and I like to say the quality is getting better. So I've just recently started streaming on all 3 platforms at the same time, straight out of one OBS. It seems to be holding well, but let me know in the chat. I got view of all the chat right now. If it's coming in choppy, if there's lag, I do have a delay on the stream, and that's on purpose. I think it actually helps with everything being kind of filtered through the traffic. So, I am proud to say that I'm on a budget plan with my whole setup. Really, really, really cheap equipment that I'm using. But it's getting a good foundation for my channels. I'm getting subscribers and followers, as you can see above me. Nothing that's extravagantly crazy, but for people who are starting out, having 137 subscribers on YouTube, it feels good for the small guys. Keep climbing. It's those little steps up. You get up the mountain eventually, so before you know it, I'm sure the YouTube channel will be monetized. Twitch and Kick to follow. Now, we are going to check out a couple videos here. I don't know about you guys, but this has been showing up on my feed everywhere I go. And I don't know if everyone else is getting sick of hearing about it. It's just a little bit of online drama. About 10 months ago, the creator you see here, content creator, Pirate Software. I don't really know. When I first came across Pirate Software, I didn't really know how to put my finger on his content. He comes off like he wants to be an intelligent person. He is an intelligent person, but it's, I'll tell you, you can see he's got an ego, and if you know anything that's going on about this whole thing, this stop killing games, he gosh, how can I say it? I don't even want to play his video because I would feel that anything that coming out that he's made, he's going to copyright it or strike it or something like that. But you've got a lot of people reacting to it. Like Asmon here is
video games as much as I do, then please support Stop Killing Games initiative. This is Ross talking about it just an hour ago. Huge fucking W right there. And then also another massive thing. Let me go back.
You know, I guess to simplify it as well too, if a lot of people don't know, and you're seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing it on my feed all the time. But in the most simple terms, Stop Killing Games is just to allow the consumer or a third party, some private individual, to maintain private servers to keep the games running, whether it be single player, whether it be multiplayer. It's not about creating content. It's not about, and I guess you can make mods and things like that, but the idea is just to keep the initial foundation of the game running. Think of like, Destiny 2 online game. If the servers were to be pulled, everyone who owns that game, can they even access it and play it? In theory, no. So what you want to have is the ability of people to make their own servers and allow kind of like these playrooms where you can still play with your games. What's the point of buying a video game if 5 years down the line the companies are going to take it away from you? And Pirate Software is taking the corporate side, that they should have that right to do that it should not be a freedom to allow these companies to have access to make their own servers. He totally thinks that if a company owns the IP, they should be able to take it off the shelves and vault it point blank. Doesn't matter if you bought it or not. That's like if Disney were to go into your house and take the movies out of the case and right back to Disney Studios. Just think about it that way. That's why like I did a little phase there where I was buying a lot of movies digitally. I don't even do that anymore. And if you're keeping an eye, I know a couple creators have mentioned it, but if you're going to buy nothing and own nothing, or you're going to rent and own nothing and be happy about it, what's the point of buying? Piracy is definitely going to start becoming on the rise. This here came out 9 days ago, and this was by Accursed Farms. This is the last update on Stop Killing Games, which...
Hello! This is probably the final update to the Stop Killing Games campaign.
I hear the campaign's doing really well for itself right now.
Though I'm coming at you a little bit like a time traveler would. It'll make sense in a minute. As a refresher, Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement to stop publishers from effectively destroying video games they have already sold to customers. Now, we've gone about this in many ways, but it's easiest to divide this up by things we've already done and things we can still do, because there's about a dozen things we've already done. Yeah.
The thing that's frustrating, I guess, on Pirate Software is that his original video, he misconstrued the campaign, and he either did it on purpose or just misunderstood. He did not explain it well enough, and he has never apologized. He's always been like gung-ho, like he's made no mistakes. And it comes really arrogant, and a lot of people have a hard time taking a person seriously when they have an attitude that they're always the smartest person in the room. And that's how he talks to people. It's like, gosh, I can appreciate having a conversation with someone who's intelligent, but I don't like someone who thinks that they have nothing to learn from the conversation.
Yeah, in fact, here's a list if you want to pause this. Going over this again will be a video in itself. I'll talk more about some of this towards the end.
Now look at this. This here, actually too, like as he was saying, the actions things the Stop Killing Games campaign has done. Submit complaints to the European Consumer Centers. So dead end, no consistency at all from offices. Let's see, a couple of results, if anything. This is still ongoing. Make contact with Influent B. I don't know what the BEUC is. Still processing. Is isolated? Said that we could be. I'm not sure. See, these results here don't seem to have a lot of fruit. And this video just came out 9 days ago from when I'm filming this here today. I'll tell you, I think Charlie explained that if somewhere in, I think, the UK or in Europe, that if you get over 1 million signatures on this campaign, it has to become like some type of law. And I don't know if that's true or not. This here is another take on it. Stop Killing Games was doomed, but now it can't be stopped. Bellular news.
Okay, this one's going to be fun. So, the Stop Killing Games initiative is almost over. And the last time we covered it, the European Citizens Initiative, which is the part of it that matters the most,
European
had just
citizens.
opened. And as of right now, you've got just days to join it, meaning that this is your last chance to make your voice heard and hopefully prevent the games that you buy from being destroyed.
Now, here's a good question. Is this something that only Europeans can register and vote for?
But here's the thing, until last week, it really did seem to be rather doomed. They needed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, over 500,000 more signatures. But, well, right now, it's getting thousands an hour. The reason
being, it's pirate software has made this movement way more famous because you've got gamers standing up and actually wanting to argue with the guy. And I think Tectone mentioned, like, if Pirate Software didn't even open his mouth about the matter and be a contrarian, this might have died. And I just want to give my hats off and say, hey, good on you, Pirate Software, that this is the swing that Stop Killing Games needed. I mean, look at that. Having 821,000 signatures at the time of this video, and they have a month to go. This is doable. This is very doable. And it's getting momentum.
Why is quite funny. So here's what happened. They needed to hit 1 million signatures, but after months of stalling, they only had 450k. But then, over the horizon,
450k.
That savior is Pirate Software. And that's
Look at the
his
hero.
Position, plus a few pinches of World of Warcraft sparked a drama that is now surging signatures.
Good job, Pirate, man. I mean, he's been getting a lot of hate, but someone had to be the villain. Someone had to be the bad guy.
Last year, when the darlings at Ubisoft shut down the
That's
crew,
just how the story
they didn't
goes.
just shut down the online features. They shut down everything because, as it turns out, even the single player required the online component. That basically meant that your copy of the crew was, no longer a thing that you could really do anything with.
I believe they're still working
Ross
on that
Scott from
lawsuit,
First
right?
Farms was not a fan of this, so he started a movement. Now, you may know Ross from things like Freeman's Mind or Dead Game News, and his plan, right, was...
You're not gonna...
Ross, that's the guy's name. I remember now.
And see if I can find it right here. I'm going to show you guys how many people have already signed the petition. I think we're going to hit it. I do. Like, we have had so many people.
This video only came out a day ago, and it was 700.
Like, you've got PewDiePie
733. Now it's 821.
All of these
it's coming in.
That are like really big creators.
We should check Twitter
Charlie
too.
Coming in here, Mudahar making another video about it. Everybody is coming in and pushing this again, and you've got 733,000 signatures. This is a crazy amount of support.
That is a great amount of support.
And yes,
and you know, Asman, you just have to say.
I don't think that's really because of Thor, right? I mean, I think
come on.
Software is like a good rallying point because people don't like Pirate Software.
It is a great rallying point.
Well, you know, like, let's do this because...
I understand. And I'm the same person. Like, I want to say that positive positive influence is a great, motivator. But the way I'm seeing the history, Asmon, is that pirate software caused a rally of war, a war cry of gamers saying enough is enough. And, there's nothing against pirate, but you want to be that representative of the corporate empire, man. You're putting on, you're putting on a lot of baggage with that armor.